So, what's behind the testing data to support reopening more Arizona businesses? A leading infectious disease expert says that Arizonans might be getting a misleading picture. Team 12's Bram Resnick joins us now live to take a closer look. Bram?
The governor says his decisions on reopening Arizona are data-driven, but the testing data we saw on Monday was unlike anything we'd ever seen before. In one case, the data was flat out wrong. Governor Doug Ducey giving more Arizona businesses a green light to reopen. He says coronavirus testing data backs him up.
One of the first rules of medicine is don't make your decisions on bad laboratory data. Bad data is worse than no data.
There are questions about Arizona's data. This graphic in a slick PowerPoint presentation at Monday's news conference was all wrong. It shows a massive surge in testing the week of April 19th. That didn't happen. And the percentage of positive tests is way off. The green line on this graphic shows test data from Governor Ducey's office. The total number of tests on the Ducey line, 28,000, is 22% higher than tests on DHS's website. The difference? A top Ducey staffer confirms for the first time the new antibody blood tests were mixed into the testing data, along with commonly used nasal swab tests.
These are cats and dogs. You don't mix them together. They're different critters.
Dr. Richard Jackson is a former top CDC official and California public health director.
You can't just assume that you know what's going on, A, because you may not know how accurate your first test is, and B, the second test is still pretty new.
Arizona Health Services Director Dr. Kara Christ acknowledged to 12 News there are still questions about the antibody tests versus nasal swabs. Christ took the blame for mixing the test data and the botched graphic. That's totally on me, she said. We were excited to see Arizonans were able to access testing. And just hours after Monday's news conference, the governor's health services department, led by Kara Christ, told a joint Arizona University modeling team that its services were no longer needed. The team had recommended waiting longer to reopen Arizona. An ASU spokesman said today the team's work will continue and it will release COVID-19 reports from week to week. Meantime, U.S. Senator Kyrsten Sinema is now weighing in. She issued this statement today. The governor's choice to disregard the science that should be the basis of Arizona public health policies and the White House's guidelines for reopening is concerning and disappointing. I'm grateful that Arizona State University and the University of Arizona will continue this work, and I plan to rely on their findings and conclusions in my work to keep Arizonans healthy, safe, and economically secure. Again, that's Senator Kyrsten Sinema. And in Phoenix, I'm Bram Resnick, 12 News.